Alrighty, I'm feeling creative this morning. I'm feeling really creative, and that's the way I am sometimes. Sometimes I come out in the shop and I do not feel like doing what I'm supposed to do. And how I blow that off is I get creative. That's how I do that, so I don't feel bad because I didn't do something to the car or whatever. Got the airline fixed. Got the airline fixed. Got the door done on the 40. Joni will show you that in a bit. But I come out this morning and I said, baby, I want to just put something together. I want to do something. And I do that once in a while. Like you can see that I have a 49 Ford out front there. We chopped that at the car show. Me and a few friends. This car has been chopped. Jolene's is part, going finished. We have another car called Elvis that I've got chopped and looking pretty good. It's from being creative. All the cars, as I'm going through time, I work on them, obviously. I've finished many. Obviously, you've seen the Green Goblin, you've seen the Canning Kid, you've seen the Way to Heaven, you've seen the Bat Out of Hell, you've seen all the cars that I'm building. But what I like to do is spread it out. All the cars in the dooryard junk that I have, I feel are something, or else I wouldn't keep them. This little 30s Chev here. This is a 34. I think this is a 34 Chev 4-door sedan. And I did a trade with John, a friend of mine. He got a 36 Ford engine from me, a flathead that I got from Archie, which continues on. Anyways, the sheet metal John had kept upstairs in his barn for probably, I don't know how many years, 20, 30 years. And nothing ever has become of it. It's sitting outdoors underneath the pine trees out there. And every time I look at it, always the stuff I have, that's the stuff I dream about and the stuff I think that I can fix or make something with. And this morning feels like the day. We drove in the other day and we pulled that Ford truck in. We see the pieces. And I said, I see a Bugatti in that. And this is the Bugatti that I see in it. I had that toy when I was a young man, a young person. I really enjoyed that toy. Never even knew what it was. Didn't even, I just thought I liked it. I liked the look of the paint job on it. I liked the big white wall tires on it. But it's a relative of what I made for Jolene. And it's right there. So today, like every time I go out there in the junk pile, I say I see a Bugatti. This is what I'm talking about. The pieces from the 34 Chev I see being able to make this car. And I'm going to go through the process with you as quick as possible. I'm just going to tack it on there, probably cut a few things, tack it on there, move a couple things around, and make it look like it could be. There's some fabrication going to happen. Or not a whole lot of fabrication, just a lot of moving around and figuring it out, The 4-door, I got a little piece of paper over here to show this first. The 4-door, so you'd have a door, another door, and your window, and then your hood. Okay, so we're taking the back door out and using the back section, the back window here, and you can see that right here. You can see this. This is the roof. This is where the back door fit, where the wheel arch is for your fender. And that's what it was, and that's what it is. On the Chev, if you take a look at the Chev too, you can see how all the wood was taken out of this car. Someone pried up all the edges of the windows. Some of the wood is gone in the doors. The inside of the doors on a Chev, they have wood on the inside of them. Don't care. I would take the wood out and make my own metal panel. There's metal on the outside, so I can make a pattern of the inside and tack it to that metal. So what I plan on doing is just taking the pieces that I have here, and I'm going to try to make this right before your very eyes. And the car was a 4-door like this. I didn't draw a very good picture. I'm not sitting down taking my time. But I'm going to use the 2 doors, the back window, throw the back doors. I'm going to discard them. I might use them, or there might be a piece. Let's face it, there might be a piece, but I'll take the doors away. I'm going to use the front door, the back window, and we'll go from there. and the 2 front doors. So we'll just go from there and keep this in mind. We'll just put that up there. That is our reference. And every time I need to do something, we'll come back here and reference. But right at the very present moment, what I want to show is this what can I say? You can see this, the very first step. I thought about it a bit. I do not know the height of the cowl yet. I'm trying to make this car right here. But what I do see, in order to get this car to look right, the fender has to go behind the back window. The fender has to go behind the back window. On this one, the fender is underneath the window. So we have to make that go back. We also, when we put that, so when we remove this and bring this back, we are going to have to keep in mind the distance. We're looking at the distance. This is how I do things as I'm making this. As I look at that, where that wheel arch is and what that cab corner looks like on the cab, what that looks like and where the fender goes, the distance, I have to sort of keep the distance between that fender and that window. And I'm just going to guess. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I like to do. I guess. I stand back and look at it and I guess. When, if you can picture it, when I put the front door on, I can't swing it or anything. What I'll do is I'll just take the welder and tack it on. When I tack the door on, line my lines up and get my gaps looking right, then I am able to take my cowl, which is up front here. Then I'll be able to know how much to cut off it to make it the right height of the automobile. And the only way I can do that is to get it in proportion is to do what they have done, or go off of what they have done, look at it and size it up, and then go from there. So basically, what I'm thinking is, the first thing I want to do is I want to take the wheel arch out of the 4-door here. I'm going to take the wheel arch out of the 4-door and move it back where it should be. I'm also going to cut these off because they're flappy. I can weld them back on. I can make new ones. I can do anything I want. But I'm going to cut them off because they were kind of flappy. This was just outside this morning and I jumped up full of piss and vinegar. Said, I'm going to make something. And Jolene said, yeah, go for it. So this is what I'm going to do. And you know what? When I'm done tacking it together, outdoors it can go, you know. Something like this, where I'm trying to get a little bit of mud on it, I want to get some primer on that, and then I can have 3/4 of the car done before I get it outside, you know. And wherever I don't get primed, then I can get back to it. But basically, how do I want to get started? I want to cut that off first. So I'm going to cut these off. That's what I'm going to do. I did more thinking than getting prepared. How's that? So I'm going to put my knee pads on. I've got the table in here so I can, you know, tack it down to the table. The table's level. The floor is not. The floor is not, but the table is. So we'll just go with the table. And basically what I'll do is I'll stick it together to satisfy my brain, and then go back to work, right? That's basically like what I like to do sometimes. And here we go. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So you can see what, as you look at this, you'd walk in and say, wow. Yeah, you got anything for sale? So for me, I look at this stuff and I say, See, I size it up, I look at it, and the sheet metal is very nice on it. Not having any wood in it, it saves me from taking it out. And anything that I need strength in, I would replace it with metal. So from even down the bottom of them windows, of these windows here, instead of having the wood there, you could put a metal piece there and come down to your top of your wheel well and make a nice shape in it, and there's your inner construction, you know. That's basically how I would go about things, is putting the integrity back and everything. All right. Forget what I'm doing already. Cutting the roof off. I'm just going to cut it off where it's barked up, not measuring it, not nothing, just cutting it off. That poor thing was probably saying, oh, tired right out. I'm just cutting across the stretch crack. That's where it's telling me to cut it, and that's where I'm cutting it. I didn't line that one up so great. So I'm going to cut them off. Still, those are very, very good shape. Like, I mean, I know they're bent down, but they're still in very good shape. Very good shape. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these wheel wells because I want to move them in the back of. I want to put them in the back. I want to put them in the back. Just sizing her up here for a second. I think what I'll do is I'll just get the plasma cutter, make it easy, and just zip and go along this line instead of using the zip cut. Probably catch fire with that. I'm just sizing it up, making sure I'm doing the right thing, that's all. Just wonder if I should leave any meat on the piece itself. I'm going to take a look at the car. I have a wheel lip on the side. I got this wheel lip here. I'm just wondering if I'm going to cut it on top, right on top of that wheel lip there, because the fender fits out from there, or am I going to leave a little bit of meat on there, because I got to take this little bit of meat out here to get this wheel well up close to that back window. Looks to me like that's almost going to go on that line right there, underneath that line. But what I'm going here to look at the car is, this sort of tells me when I put that fender in there, the metal's going straight up. So if I left, say, an inch, 3/4 of an inch, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of tape, run a piece of tape line on there, and cut the top of the tape line. That's what I'm going to do. I put that tape. I thought I got it out. There it is right there. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm going to leave 3/4 of an inch on top of that wheel lip there. We'll see what happens. I just feel like it's probably the best thing to do. To have a little bit there. Now I'm just putting this on there for a guideline. Not so it's perfect, it's a guideline. Have a little sheet metal. If you're unsure about something, just keep going back to your car and keep taking a look. That's basically what I do. Basically what I do. I should probably use the plasma cutter for the... I'll finish this one, then I'll use the plasma... Well, make it easier, use the plasma cutter probably. It just saves them clean up, that's all. But this here will save on a little bit of grinder noise. Yeah, that it will. And grinder discs. And besides that, I told you that I had my airline fixed, so we'll see. Won't we? We'll see. That's basically what the only thing that runs a plasma cutter is electricity and your air hose. You need an air hose to run a plasma cutter. And you should not chuck it around. Once in a while. I gotta turn the air compressor on. Sorry, sweetheart. We took the cover off Jolene's car and I keep looking at it. And Jeff's Woods on the internet. Beautiful. Beautiful. Can't say anything more. Air's on. Look at that. It's beautiful. Can't wait. We'll get back at her. We'll get back at her. Just going to take a grinder over here. I need a ground on that, so I got to scuff a place clean. I'll run as quick as I can. I set everything up just to show you, I generally like, as we're doing these videos, I generally would like to just run it and not have any cuts. Then you can see everything. When you're cutting stuff, I don't know. It also takes time. It takes time to put it on to do that, make cuts. I'm not saying that Jolene can't do it, because she very well can. It just makes it easier this way. I could show it cut apart, but no, you might as well do it with me. Why not? You may as well do it with me. Oh, come on, I haven't got the air hose hooked up yet. I'm scared of that air hose. I'm scared. Not scared anymore. Did you hear that? Hear any more pissing, people? Can't me. About time, eh? Alrighty, I'm going to finish this off over here with this. Try to do the best I can. Cutting that. Hope it don't flop over. Shouldn't. Maybe I'll cut the other one first. And I'm going to get a can to hold this side up in case I take that off, or jack stand. Boom, 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 boom. Just going inside here to check this out. Yeah, cool. I'd get the jack stand that didn't work. Oh, you serious? That's fine anyways. So I'm going to go to the other side, get the other one out. That's good anyways. So if you're forgetting what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing. Wheel well's going there. Probably can't go that far. Probably there somewhere. Not sure. We'll have to take a look at what's going on there. And at any time, I can change my mind and do whatever I like to make it go the way I want to go. Basically is what I'm trying to tell you. There's no rules when you get doing this stuff. I mean, let's face it, it's about standing back and taking a look at it and see if you like it or not. If you do not like it, do not continue on, Make sure you do what you like. Do what you like. And that's what I am doing today. What I like. And that's cutting this car apart and having my brain pretend that, that I'm going to build a car like that. Jolene's got one. Why not build her the fleet? That's the way I look at it. Why not build her the fleet? There's a few other nice ones I like. I see another Bugatti out there in... there's a bum off a car that we did for Lightfoot and Woofle Winery. And that bum on that reminds me of another car that I'd like to do. I'm not saying anything at the present moment because I got a lot to chew. But if you know what I'm trying to tell you. What I'm doing is basically the exact same thing to that side. I'm going to do this side. And this is why I feel it's good or fun to buy cars that are tore apart. because I don't have to tear it all apart to do what I want to do, you know. And if you're playing with them and they're all together, you have to tear them apart and put them back together. And I like to start from the bottom. Wheel well down. Some smooth this morning. Must have been that 2 drinks of wine instead of 5 drinks. Huh? Some smooth this morning. Baby, bring me home a bottle of wine. It's gonna fall. Be careful if it falls on you. Beautiful. She loves me, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hold on, baby. What you gonna build out of that? What? Oh, you'll see. Like as you see, I'm working at this on a car that, what can I say? On a car that has no floor and all that stuff, it does not bother me either. You have to picture it like you're building a house. You have to picture it like you're building a house. You need a sill all the way around the car. You need a sill all the way around the car, and then you take your stringers, your cross members or whatever, and you run them to your sill. Basically about it. When it comes to the sill of this car, I will make something probably out of square tubing to connect it, all the dots together so it cannot bend. We'll make it so it's very strong, and that's how I do that. I would make that sill right on this here, then the body would get welded to the sill, and then I start doing my inside construction of building the car. But first I'm going to try to get the tin together and go from there. As I'm looking at this, or let's get this toy out here again. This is what we're measuring up to. That's what we're measuring up to. We can see that the fender is just out on the outside of the quarter panel, just a little tiny bit. The complete top of the fender is showing. So we know we're going to have to go in there. We're going to have to draw a line on that quarter panel, and you can see how the quarter panel fits down where the fender fits below the window. It's kind of rolled this way, goes with the fender. So I have a fender. I have everything for this car, mostly just the sheet metal. But we're going to cut that out and weld that back into that so the fender can go on. Now that fender bolts to this. Basically, that's what happens there. Goes all the way up there, probably. I got her now. That's where that would go. And bolt on, just like so. All right, basically what I want to do now is I'm going to have to get, I want to push this over. I want to get the car turned on its side so I can see. I got this fender and this wheel well sitting together. I'm going to turn the body so I can see it this way, so I can tell what I'm doing. I really can't tell what you're doing when you're in a little tiny hole. I'm going to take this, move this. Everything's in such good shape, eh? Everything's in really good shape. Now what I want to do is I just want to turn it. Now I got that fender on that side, so that's the side I want to do. There we go. That works. That works. Now we're looking at that car. We've got this fender. And remember, this is mine and Jolene's car. And we get to do whatever we want to it. You know, if you know what I'm trying to say? And when it becomes your car, you can do whatever you want to do to your car. So it's kind of, it's a freedom thing, really. It's a freedom thing. I haven't felt more, it's a freedom thing when you get building something like this, because you can do to please yourself. And if you do a little investigating, like I'm doing, you can also do what I do. So we're going to go back up here and take a look at this. We're going to say that the bottom of the front fender is going to run just on the post of the back window. If you know what I'm trying to say. This fender right here, back fender, front of the front of the back fender is going to run straight up parallel with the back post. So basically, I'm going to put this fender back on this. And I'm lining this up so you can see the bowl holes right here. So I'm just lining that up. Put that on there. Basically. Push the fender. Beginning of the post. It's too high. This has got to come up, obviously. We're too high to the window. So I'm going to have to pick the back up and pick the front. We'll have to get this up in the air. So what I'm basically doing is I'm building the shape of the body off the back fender. I really am. We've got the back fender cut free, and now we're going to put this to look like that. And I have to do this. I have to pick the body up some, get the body in place where I want it. It's a bit sketchy at first, but once you get it set in place, once I find out where those go, I'll be able to take the plasma cutter, I'll just cut it and I'll tack it there. And we're just kind of setting things up to guessing. That's all I'm doing, is guessing. See if I can get this up here without making it fall. Getting her up here so I can have her fall. Scary stuff. Scary stuff. Now I'm just kind of trying to get it up in the air, and I got it way up in the air. It's way too far. So, this is what I'm thinking. If I lay the fender up on there, if I lay the fender up on that car, up on that stand, then I can lay the body. I can try to fit it in there where it fits. If you know what I'm trying to say, because this is level. What I'm trying to do is get this body in place so I can put this against the side of it so I can draw that line to cut out. And right at the present second, it's trying. I got to eye this up again. At the present moment, I'm too high here for this wheel well for that, if you know what I'm trying to say. I just need to get it up a little bit higher, that's all. Just a little bit higher, not a whole bunch higher. Get some wood over here maybe. I don't know, to be honest with you. Don't want that high in the front. Oh, we're getting close now. I got a couple cans over there right behind you. That's basically it. Trying to get this thing in looking like what do you think of that, Missy? Looks better. Kind of tilt it back a little bit. Have to get it up this way, this back up a little bit further. A little bit higher. Same height. Same height. How much do I have to go up? How's that looking? So we're looking for trying to get that door, this post right here, trying to get that to come down. A level would tell me. Don't know if I want to go that crazy yet. That's how you start though. We need to come up a little more in the back. I got another one of these. I had another thick piece here somewhere. I know I did. It's probably in the paint room. Hang with us. Hang tight. Hang tight. Piece of metal. You can bring it up a little bit. Up here. Small square bar underneath that. Can't you see it already? Can't you see it already? Now I'm just seeing if I'm getting the doors halfway level. That's all. See that there? I'm just got to put on the line, on the door line itself. It's hitting the roof sword. See what we got going up top? We can come down just a little bit. That's a little too high. We could bring it down just a bit. That's easier than taking it back up. Got something smaller. That's just basically helping us out a little bit, making things that's good. So I'm just going to go over here, check and see if this one's really the same. This can's falling over, that's why it's not reading right. Beautiful. Beautiful. So now what I'm going to do is, I've got that there. If I spied that car, go back over and look at that car again. If I spied that car again. Should shove not a bolt screw in that. I probably should, just so it's on there, right? I'm going to check out and see the distance. This fender here went up with that there, did it not? It did. That's going to be hard to get there with that there, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just in front of that. It's just in front of that. And what's going on there is what I'm thinking is they may have a little shorter window. They may have a little shorter window than we have to have that there. Oh, it's to the back of the post, not the front of the post, the back of the post. It's a good thing I looked that over again. Flaw! Sorry, this is where I'm having the issue. This is where it goes, sorry. Now I feel better. And that's basically what it is eyeing something up and taking a look at it. That's basically all it is. And it doesn't matter if it's right or if it's wrong. Awesome. Just put that in there like that so that stays in place. We're looking for the front fender come down around here somewhere. So we're pulling that back right around there somewhere, I would say. Now we're looking for the distance from here up to that back window. Let's take a look at this. See how I see the back window? What we got there? What we got there? What do you think, baby? What's your intellectual guess? 8 inches? Whatever we do, we got a line on this side, we got a body line on this side and a body line on the other side. Whatever we do, we just make it the same. So if I and then put that up inside there, let's take a measurement. You know. From the bottom of that window we're saying we want? I would say from the bottom of the window, we'd have 9.5 inches. And no, 10 inches probably. So you want to go up 2 more inches. Yeah, you're probably right. So we'll go up 2 inches from that. How's that? And I'm going to guess that line because I can. Because the other line's right there, and I'm just trying to stay 2 inches away. 2 inches away. With a welding rod or two, you know. And that's where we're going to cut that. I'm going to take and cut that out. I don't know if I want to make a pattern of that and take it to the other side and cut it, you know what I mean? So I'll have 2 the same. But anyways, as I cut this out, I want to cut the exact same thing on the other side. We are taped length away on this side. We'll be a taped way of length on the other side. I'm going to grab a piece of paper real quick and do it, just because. Does that matter if that's moved? In case you have to help me, you have to put it back, or? Okay, we'll just move. Got a piece of paper here I can do it with? Something? Yeah, but not see-through. When I cut that off, I'll put a piece of cardboard on it, then I'll trace it from the back side and I'll have a piece of piss. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that. I'm going to cut that and slide this wheel well in. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut that and slide that wheel well in. And hopefully that wheel fits that. And then we'll take and put this up underneath that, and we'll tack that along there. And then that'll be in there. Whoop, whoop. Alrighty, so cut that out. Be done with it, Chad. Be done with it. I'm going to have to continue on with this. I'm coming in probably that far. Would not go up anymore. Coming in this far. We're coming in that far. Coming in 5 inches. Coming in 5 inches. Oh, he's bad. He's bad. He's bad, Leroy Brown. Cool. The other one's there. Now, all I did for this, where's that place I had cleaned off? All I did for this, to put this fender on or think where it's going, is went over there and eyed that toy up a couple times. It's a good thing Jolene went over with me, baby, hey, what? I was trying to get the fender in the front pillar, so Jesus just took it out of there. But anyways, as I'm doing that, she said 8 inches from the bottom of the window. So I'm guessing 8 inches from the bottom of the window. It's right about there. So we got, we're close. And what I did is I set that there and I just traced it there. But then I just mocked that line 2 inches up, which gives us sort of where we're going. I'm cutting that there because I'm going to slide this piece in there. And I'm cutting down there so this wheel well will go inside. Sorry, freedom. This is freedom right here, people. Freedom. I haven't quite put that on yet. I got that piece of wood in the way. We're going to have to come in there a little further. That's okay. And that's what I did it for. We're not bad there. See the distance between here, and when you look down, the distance between there, it's not bad. It's following it. We just got to cut it. We got to make a slice in here to put this piece in here, and this is going to slice because this is going to go down straight, or it wants to. It might not even. This might not even stay there. Maybe just this piece will stay there because over here we're going to have to do something different. Maybe. We'll see. I had a brain fart, but that's okay. We'll do it as we go. We need this piece in here, though. This is what we need. We need this piece connected here, so I know my fender goes down there. That's what I need for sure. This part of the wheel well that's sitting on top of the fender, probably not going to be there. What am I doing right the present second? I want to get this in there, don't I? I want to lower that down in the front is what I want to do. So I want to set that down on there. Can't do that yet. Can't do that yet. I'm going to have to cut it. You see where it's sitting here? This is going to go down here nice, and then right about here somewhere I'm going to have to slice it so it comes up through and then cut the wheel well off. I'll use this piece because this is the wheel, this is the opening of the wheel well, of the fender. I'll use this piece up to here where I can use it, and then the rest is going to be cut away. Because the fender I think is going to do a lot of the work back here. We're going to come back and... Alrighty. I just have to know where to... This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start the welder up. I'm going to tack it in place because I can't seem to do anything else with it right at the present moment. Tack it in place. And you can see how, like you can see how I'm doing this. This is just, what can I say? This is just freedom. You do as you please, and you take note of what you're doing by reference. You know, if you have a reference idea. If you do not have a reference, I'm just going with a reference because it's up there. If you do not have a reference, stand back and take a look at it. If it looks good to you, fine. If it does not, make sure you do not weld it. That's not the game that you want to play. Stand back and take a look at it, see if you like it. I'm referencing that car and guessing. That's all I'm doing, referencing and guessing. I'm going to take, that's still level going up there. I just cut that off 2 inches short, that's all. So I just got to raise that up. Raise that up. So I have to know. I want to set it down on that's what I want to do. But I got that can there. I'm going to draw this down here where it should be. I'm going to go straight down. That's where that's going to be welded. It's going straight down. And we'll go from there. And all I'm doing is drawing my own plumb ball. Sitting on the ground, that's where the fender is. The fender's ground clearance on that car. The fender swoops down and it goes on the running board. That's where it goes from there. So what I'm going to do, I want to weld this up there. I don't want to take the body out of plumb or anything like that. But what I am going to do is I'm going to run my bolt thing straight down and say right about there somewhere. I'm going to bring it straight up in the air and I'm going to tack it there, and then I'll deal with the back here in a second. Is what I'm going to do. Maybe I should, who knows? Don't have to have this on anymore. Trying to move that back. And when I bring that up there, I can see where that's got to be cut. And I'm going to do that right now. Copying the distance from, it's hitting there, so I'm copying that distance there, copying it up there, and going over there, and I'm just going on either side of what it says to me. I'm going to pull it out a little bit and change the mark. That one. And the reason I changed the mark is because it held the wheel well in. I want it to come out a little bit and fit this line straight. Where's my mark? There. I'm going to weld that right at that point where I plumbed her down. Okay. It's not sure if it's going to hold or not, that's all. It's going to hold now. Yeah, I hope that don't. Just tacking it together. Just tacking it together. Is there another? What's that, baby? Trying to get the wheel well straight, that's all. Can of paint in there though. That's how it goes sometimes. You serious? I want that can of paint. I want that can of paint.
Oh, it's holding that board up for fuck's sake.
Now is the time I get to stand back for a second, take a peekaboo at it. Now, to me, that's fine. All I did is pull that up. We move that back to where it's supposed to be. We got this just ahead of that a little bit, just like we over there, do we not? It's just ahead of it a little bit. It's ahead of it a little bit. We're down. This is the top of the fender. We're looking at, let's go back over here and take a, I'll bring it over. Wherever you want it. Right there? Down there? Where do you put it? Right there? So, our fender's about here somewhere. Is it up back there far enough? Up high enough? Or should we go up higher? Like, this is... And now, when I go to make that, there's a door skin out there that probably has that exact shape that goes up there to there. And I can cut that to put it in there because it'll be the exact shape. You know, yeah. What am I thinking? Up higher, down lower. I gotta take a back look. I think that's fine. You think? That's fine. So, let's go to the other side, get the other one in. And basically what I'll do is I'll copy this side. Take this side of here. How long are we into it? 55? We'll stay for a little bit. I'll give you a chair, you can sit down and stay for a little bit. We'll try to get the back end, try to looking half decent, I guess, for a second. I cut that back piece out. I want to know, where's that piece at? Oh yeah, I know how to get that now anyways. Before I tacked that fender on, I should have got the pattern and went over here and cut it out, if you know what I'm trying to tell you. If you know what I'm trying to say. It's the other way around. Should have took that pattern off that before I done that. That's okay. I'll get it. Eyes get it. That now, would you? Actually. Not good. See how close I am? It's raining out like a son of a gun. Ain't Vivi? Raining out like a son of a gun. I'm hoping that might have been my piece. Let's get it close. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And we know when we go around the corner, we need to go, I'll measure that, and then we'll go that much further because we have not got that pattern on there. What I'll do is I'll get this wheel well tacked in there, get the other, because it all can come back apart obviously. I'm just tacking it together. This might want to be slid ahead, might want to split back, whatever. Once I get it tacked together, then I can flop it up on the table, and then I can put the doors on it, chop the roof. Endless, endless. Probably going to chop the roof a few inches. What do you think, baby? Should chop the roof a few inches? Alrighty. That's my kind of girl. Right there, baby. Just go there like that. All I'm trying to do is make sure it reads right. That's all I'm doing. It's not reading bad. We got to go a little further back and cut up that there. We can do that. We can do that. Now we're just measuring this up. I'm going to put that can back where it should be so it don't fall off. And basically this is all I'm doing, just transferring it over to each side so I know where to cut. That's all. It's not rocket science. And you know, if it's an 1/8, 16th, you never know anyways. Let's do it. We're going back a little further, remember? There's our pattern. Going back further, remember? There. There's our patterns on. And I think it's an up and down and all around. Up, down. So it's an up, down, an inch apart, yeah. And then I'll go over 5 inches from the side. And come back down. You can come back down and go 5 inches around on the other side. I got a tape measure. Put that behind you. Just gonna go easy, just gonna go 5 inches, gonna guessing. Fine. Do the same as you did on the other side. So on the other side goes up like that. I'm just looking at that distance there when I'm going up the back, just trying to keep it the same. Didn't hurt the last time. So that's what we're going to do this time. So all I did is make the decision, and we just did it by eye. We made the decision on fly. Jolene said 8 inches, so we went 8 inches. We put it where we wanted to put it. The pattern on this side, we transferred over to the other side. So basically, I'm just trying to let you know that we are not doing rocket science here. This is called freedom. This is you can do whatever you want and put it wherever you want and do whatever you want. And that's what I like doing. That's what I like doing. Hey, baby, huh? Yeah. Just had a sigh of relief. So you know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to take a piece of tape and put it on that side over there and measure it, how far up where I welded the first dot, and then I'm going to measure it and put it on that dot right there. I'm going to take that tape off. You can see just a little bit of investigation here, I guess. Gonna do a little bit. Goes right underneath. I gotta check the other one. Does so, goes right underneath, just like the other one. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna take this tape, I'm gonna put it on here, down with the bottom of the fender, right to the end of it, so it measures up with the same length. I'm gonna take it up here and go like this. That's the length of her right there. So we're going to go to the other side. Turn the welder on. Come, baby, come, baby, come. Not sure that's going to go, but... Oh, we got lots. Probably not. Move that for a second. I'll find the spot anyways to start with. So this is what we're going to do over here. Put that on the bottom where it starts. Right? That's where it started, on the bottom. And we're going to come up here like this. Run around there. Right there is the spot of destination. Okay? That's the spot of destination on that point. Leave that there for a second. And that was just basic transferring what happened over there and being smart about it and transferring it to this side with a piece of tape instead of getting all technical and out of shape and all that sort of stuff. When I'm talking about getting it down and getting it in shape, that means once I get the tack together, then I can get it on this thing, and then I can tack it down so it can't get out of shape and put it back in shape. It's going to be all floppy for a little bit because there's no real integrity. But that's coming after. That comes after. That comes after. I'm just going to go down behind you, sweetheart. What we at now? Oh, we're doing good. We've done more than an hour 6 before. I just want to get the door or the back tacked on. Something like this, having a couple hands to hold, get to cut, move things, that sort of stuff is always good. But listen, I'm motivated. I got up, I'm motivated this morning to create something. It's been sitting out there for quite a long time, and this is what happens. I will jump into I want to fix it, and I guess that's the gems of working for yourself. You're able to do that, and all my life, that's what I've wanted, and ta-da! All right, pair of glasses. I got a pair of glasses here. See, now this is good stuff. Like a little welder, a little bit of patience, a little bit of, a little bit of patience, a little bit of don't care, a little bit of everything, and you could build yourself a kind of a one-off car, could you not? Nothing is set in stone on this thing. Nothing is set in stone. All right, we'll get that tacked in there. See if I burn my hand. Ooh, it's hot. Get that up in there while we're there. Come on, baby. I gotta go up in there higher. Just gotta go up in there higher a little bit with more of the plasma cutter. Or I think I do. I'm cut higher on the other side? We'll take a measuring tape, go here to there, and then we'll know. That point's right, and we'll figure that point with a measuring tape. How's that? Whoop, whoop! Me and baby work together. Now we have to find the measuring tape. And this could be up or down on either side, Right now, right where we're connected, it's 3.5 right to this. 3.5. Straight up and down. So where am I connecting? That's got to come up more. It's got to come up 3.5. That does. You know what I mean? This piece is 3.5. That's got to come up. I'm going to cut that up higher. Or cut that off. Like that piece anyways. weld it. Ah. I think I'm gonna have to cut that down some. Three and a half, right? That line. See that line right here? It starts 3.5. Just trying to push it up in there. Good. Woo! I knocked her off the jig. It's come down on me. Come on. Come on, baby. I have to. There, just hold up on the back side is all I have to do. There we go. Basically, that's going to have to go in there and weld onto that. Not sure if I got this back cut out here right or not. It sure does help when that goes in there like that. Pushing that in. Fits good. I must cut more of that one, did I? Must cut higher that one. That's 2 inch. Away from that. 2 inch. 2 inch. Freedom! Come here, baby. Look. That's a good sign. 2 inch from that. See that 2 inch? 2 inch.
Nice.
Good. Awesome. So, this is basically what we know. Basically what we know. That's where the wheel is. Fender don't fit in there anymore. I don't think the fender has to come up some now. I want to take a measurement. I could take and put the front door on. Let's put a door on. And the door will just be tacked on. So I know. Oh. I should bring that up and set it up on top of here. Tack it on. Is that what you want to do? Alrighty, so this is what's going to happen is I'm not going to do any more fabrication. All I'm going to do is pick it up, try to get it on the table, tack it down, and tomorrow we'll put the doors on it and put the cowl on it. And what I'm saying by putting the doors on it, I'm just going to match them up here with the body lines, and I'm going to chop it, cut it, whatever need necessary. You can see the front window is leaned up like this. On that toy, that front window is totally different. So if you can see the windshield on that, you can see the bottom of the doors. See the bottom of the doors, how they're cut up like that? The way to heaven's done like that. And what happens is I'm going to have to come in here and incision this cowl and lay that window down. I should do that right now. Huh? What are we at?
An hour and 15. We can always do another video.
Alrighty, we'll let that go for now. This is just fabrication because I've been motivated and I'm having, you know, I can see it. This here in the back, I'll show you like later on. See the piece there in the trunk there? It's got the piece there. To me, once I I seen this. I seen some exhaust pipe on the wall. I've just mandrel bend. I can shove it on there any way I want to. I can weld that on there. Weld that on there, like cut that off, weld that on there. That brings my trunk down. Put my metal panel down to my fender. Can you see it? Can you see it? I can. Anyways, that's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of getting motivated there. But what I'm going to try to do is get it up on that thing and put a couple pieces of metal to hold it still so I can continue with the doors and the cow. And I'm just tacking it together because I want to. All right, have a good one, everybody. Me and Jolene are going to try to tack this up. I want to thank everybody for being on the station and subscribing. I guess that's where we want. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Tell your friends, subscribe. And we are going to build a car to give away. We're just not doing it right at the present moment. We have a few things that we want to do first. And today was my day to play. And this is what I'm playing on. And I can say it was actually quite fun just to get that little bit done.